Hello and welcome back. I am Seeger and today I am listening to Post by Björk. Björk is an artist we have heard on this channel before. I discovered her through some of her features on other albums I've reacted to, and I am now going through Björk's discography. We started with Debut, which you can find linked in the description or on my channel. I am planning on making my way through in release order, but we might see what happens. I have a new background today. I am just very tired of the white wall, and there was nothing that I wanted to decorate with that felt like it was me, that felt like it wasn't me just pushing other artists. I have never even considered using this corner of my room. This is where I usually record my vocals, but I think this is actually a really clean background, and for me having a sound background and for being so far into doing this, I think it's time to upgrade the background. This kind of goes back to my very first background when I started this channel almost a year ago, because I had my hat wall, which everyone loved. I do still have a hat wall, but it does not have this paneling with it. But this paneling was with it. Let me know what you guys think. Is this a good background? Is this better than the white wall? Is this worse? Should I not do this? Should I go back to the white wall? I trust you all because you give me such good recommendations, and I just want the channel to be the best it can be. Now, a message from our sponsor. Hi, I'm your sponsor, Seeger. I'm here to tell you I have finally launched a Patreon where you can find extended reaction videos. I am also pre-releasing songs to my upcoming album exclusively there if you are interested in being the first to hear them. Here's a snippet of a track I recently posted. You can also find my already released music right here where you can listen on your preferred streaming service. If you are interested in supporting this channel, you can find my Patreon linked right here or at the link in my bio. Thank you for listening to this sponsored message. Time for some Björk. Post by Björk is going to be 11 tracks with a runtime of 46 minutes. Track 1, Army of Me. Already a lot more electronic, I feel, than Debut. Really nice groove with the drum and bass line. I really like how devious this sounds. The drums are very aggressive, the bass line is very up to no good. One consistency I have between this and Debut is I really like how it starts off so strong. There's no intro or build up to anything. You're immediately thrown into the project, and I enjoy that. I feel like that's different from a lot of what comes out today.
It's too exhausted, and if you complain once more, you meet down. I'm your plea, and if you complain once more,
I love that bass line. That is the best part of this song. That's a really nice quality. Really adds to the anger. Correct me if I'm wrong, this album is also a compilation of songs that she's made with previous bands, correct? I am pretty sure that's what it is from what I've been told. I enjoyed that track a lot. I think that all of the elements really worked in tandem in that one. It was a really nice start to the album to show that this is already a different sound from debut. I am really interested to see how that carries through the rest of this. Then if this is an album that is a combination of songs she's previously made, is it all the same bands from debut, or are these different bands? And so the whole sound will be different. Good track though. I would probably re-listen to that. There was more to it than I initially picked up on. I was so attracted to that bass line. That carried that song for me, but there was a lot going on. I like the drums immediately. Track 2, Hyperballad. I'm taking this back. I first of all really love the time signature. It is not very traditional at all. And I really like the rhythms and I like the quality of the rhythm. Specifically, I really like that the downbeat is not a super punchy kick sound. It is a punch enough that you know that's the downbeat, but it feels like a very textural element. I'm just gonna play it again. It's like with a snare brush or something. It's a nice sound. That's what it is. It's 3 phrases and then she starts the next phrase instead of the typical 4-bar phrase. I really like the background sounds too. It's a really light sound overall. I think that the fact that the percussion, I am tripping over my words. I think the fact that the percussion has this very light, airy sound and it's kind of messy adds so much to this. And I think everything that's come in following it supports that light, airy feel. I really like everything that's going on. And I can't believe we're already 2 minutes into the track. It has developed really nicely that it doesn't feel long at all.
Listen to the sounds they make on their way down.
It's really nice because the arp that's going back and forth kind of has its own rhythm too. It's adding to the overall rhythmic texture. Yeah, there's a lot happening. I was really hoping it would be satisfying when it came back in. So she kind of saved the punch for the chorus. I like that a lot. Oh. Okay. I like this a lot. This is really good. And I love all the background sounds. They're really adding so much to it. It's a little spacey, it's a little not. I really have to take that back because I'm so impressed by it. There's just such a variety of sound happening. And even though we're like coming back down, the energy is there. And it's not even because of the rhythm, because the rhythm is able to leave. It's all of these little counter melodies and little arps happening. I'm really enjoying this. I mean, I'm taking it back just to focus on that. It's dreamy, it's spacey, like I kind of think a lot of her covers are very alien looking, and that totally fits this cover. that is my favorite Björk track so far. And if that is anything that's gonna indicate the rest of this album, this is gonna be my favorite Björk album. That was fantastic. I really loved everything about it. She held off the energy until the right moment, and I wasn't expecting it to get even bigger once that punch came in, but it did. It was a very like experimental club sound almost, the way it blended classical instrumentation with like little beat booping, and wow, I slept on for sure. I wish I could post so many more videos and have time to do so many more reactions, because I hate how long it took me to get to this. I truly don't have the time to fly through all these recommendations, but man, these are so good, and wow, how have I not heard this in my life? That is such a fantastic track. The production overall was just fantastic because of everything I've already stated. I love that Björk always has long outros, so I was expecting the long outro, but that was just perfect. It was so perfect. Beautiful. Wow, I can't believe how blown away I am by that. I'm like so far into this recording just because of that track. Holy shit. Track 3, The Modern Things.
All the modern things like cars and such.
This is already so different.
Always existed. And listening to the irritating noises.
Oh, I like that delivery there.
And people dabbling outside. Ingen fylkesdaler. Solen søker. Ingen kjenner seg soldater. Antar inne. Bidde meg, ja. Kommer med. Fikler etter meg. Teller meg. Sikler etter meg.
I really like how it goes back and forth between a kind of nasty sound and a very pleasant sound. From the very beginning, it was a very deconstructed sound. I mean, you really don't know the direction from just the bass line, and then the nice elements come in, and then we get a little pocket of like noise almost.
Ingen selvlærende. Ingen mislærende. Ingen selvlærende.
I think the vocals on this are kind of different from the other songs that we've heard. I really have liked her delivery on this one. That was a great track. I really have nothing to say about that. Everything came together really naturally. There's a nice diversity in the sounds that are chosen, but the textures always blend together. The initial sounds have the grit that she's looking for, but it's supported by really smooth, clean chords and melodies, and it balances out. It makes the grit less gritty. She's able to introduce then a dirtier sound where she wants it by, I feel like, just overproduction maybe. I can't really put my finger on it. I think that was a great track though. I'm not sure I would listen to that one as much as the second track per se, but I enjoyed that one. It probably did the least for me out of the 3 tracks we've heard. I loved everything about that second track. I can't get over that second track yet. Track 4, It's Oh So Quiet. It's reminding me of the Up theme.
It's oh so quiet. Shh, shh. It's oh so still. Shh, shh. You're all alone. Shh.
So this one is like the most performance piece of any of them I've heard so far. Oh!
Fall in love, sing from the sky up above.
I just was not expecting the big, grand, almost Broadway instrumental.
You blow a fuse, sing boom, the time we can't lose, sing boom, so what's the use? Wow! Of falling in love. It's oh so quiet. It's oh so still. Well, you almost have a fit. The sky is scorching. I got hit. There's no mistake. This is it. Till it's over. And then
This is so wild.
it's nice.
The range on this girl.
I'm falling in love. The sky keeps in, the devil goes loose. You blow, 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 blow your fuse. Ah! When you fall in love.
She's crazy. She's crazy. That is proof that performance is so important. And there's so many artists today who I feel like they're specifically recording artists. Their performances aren't that great. But man, to give a performance like this on a studio recording is just incredible. What a range on even just this album. But as an artist, I've heard enough. Wow. You might be the most diverse artist I've heard. I can't believe that. That was fantastic. I love music like that too. I mean, how do you have songs with such a range on one album? Like some people, they do a rock album and then a rap album and then a jazz album or a pop album. They really bounce around, but on a single record, this is really, really something. Wow, I was not expecting that at all. That really took me for a ride that I loved. Just how fun it was from the beginning. All the shh, but just all of it. Her random wow. The energy was there, and I am just astonished. Check 5, enjoy. Ooh. I feel like this sounds like a bad description, but it's very clunky, and I like the clunky percussion on this album. I don't know if I love the jab. It's very in your face. Wow, this has really gotten very far from where we started. I wasn't expecting this one to get noisy either, or as well. I really like this section, and then those jabs start coming in, and everything gets messier and uglier. And I don't know if I like that part. It's ironic that the chorus of enjoy is the most difficult to enjoy part of the track. I really like the rhythm on this album, and I think that clunky is a terrible descriptor. It sounds like things are being dragged along, but I mean that the percussion, it's not crisp. It's these thick sounds that have a lot of offbeats in the texture, and they're thick and they take up space. That's what I mean by clunky. Like, they're just big, kind of messy sounds, and I really like that. I don't know yet how I feel about her noisy sections where it is kind of uneasy, but I really do like what's going on this, and this feels very different from debut. Track 6, You've Been Flirting Again.
All that she said was true. All that she said was true. Give her some time. Give her some space. All that she meant was good.
Really nice delivery from Björk.
Give her some time.
I love the songs of hers that just put you into a trance. This is one of those. I feel like this could really just lull me to sleep so far in a very good way. It's just so calm and beautiful.
Give her some time. Give her some
Wow, this sounds very similar to a piece that I'm obsessed with from Begonia. Another great piece. The string progression would change very slowly. It would kind of move around the same range of notes without looping for too long. And I really liked that. And it reminded me of Resurrection M. It's track 4 on the Begonia album. And it's such a beautiful track because it is a loop of a chord progression of strings, and it just kind of repeats and repeats, but there's little nuances here and there. As it slowly progresses, and it stays within the same range, but it's almost very, very slowly moving up in this up and down progression. It's almost in circles and circles. I loved that about it, and I think it's so unique because you're able to really create such a nice feeling, and it is a rise in tension, but in a beautiful way. I hear a lot of similarities in that track where it's not moving up and getting bigger and bigger, but it is moving around in the same general range. I really enjoyed that. I think that is what made this track super interesting rather than the same loop the entire time. Still a very nice trance of a piece. I am reminded of some of the lighter pieces she did on debut. I just don't think any of them came across as lovely as that. She really didn't do a lot of performative vocals. It was really just a nicely sung piece. All right, track 7, Isobel. The emotions are all over the place. It started out kind of hopeful, and now it's kind of menacing. I'm very surprised by the chords. I think everything else goes together really well, and that is kind of the element that stands out in this one. I'm so interested in the development of this one. It's not a very clear progression. It's kind of a journey that we're being taken on here. the groove. That's what's really carrying me through this right now. I don't know how I feel about everything else. It's reminding me of some of the elements I didn't like from debut. I would say this is the least experimental maybe on this record so far. I really liked the electronic sound that was on some of the earlier tracks, and I was hoping that would carry through. And I haven't disliked the directions that this album has gone in, but I'm not sure about this. It's very emotional, this one. It's all over the place. We go from menacing to hopeful to moody to all kinds of feeling. I like this section a lot. It's very hypnotic. It's not necessarily the same trance as that other track, but just the repetition, it's very involved. There's a lot happening, but it's easy to follow. Another great track. I probably won't re-listen to that one the same as these other tracks. But again, I think that the percussion is really a standout sound on this album. And I think that was almost clearer percussion than any of the other tracks. It was kind of crispy. It didn't necessarily punch through. I think all the instruments are very important in these arrangements, and I like that there's clarity throughout the whole mix. Track 8, Possibly Maybe. Really cool environment.
Your flesh finds me out.
There's a really nice contrast between the communication sounds. I'm gonna take it back to like here. This feels cold. This feels very lonely, like you're communicating with something or someone very far away, and you're not sure if they're gonna get that message. That's what it gives off. And then this piano is very warm. It's a very warm chord underneath. Ooh. Punch.
As much as I definitely enjoy solitude, I wouldn't mind perhaps spending little time with you. Sometimes, possibly maybe.
Nice bass sound. Really nasty. And it's not even a huge quality in this. It's that little moment. It's just a little moment where it's got a nasty texture.
Mon petit vulcan, your eruptions and disasters. I keep calm, admiring your lava. I keep calm. Possibly maybe. Possibly maybe.
I think it's really interesting how there's static pans on one side and then that cymbal hit is on the other side.
Like that, my heart burns. How can you offer me love like that? I'm exhausted. Leave me alone. Possibly maybe.
I really like all the background sounds here.
Since we broke up, I'm using lipstick.
Devious.
I suck my tongue in remembrance of you. Possibly maybe.
love that sound. That was a really interesting track. I don't know that that is my favorite track so far, but I think that the qualities were really interesting. I really love how much is going on in the background. There's little just bursts of sound, whether it's just one note of a saxophone that comes in on an offbeat and is held for a couple. Just little sounds here and there add so much texture to what is a pretty calm track. I think it was a really nice vibe. I really wish that the sounds from the beginning of the piece were more prevalent throughout the rest of it, because I like that contrast. But the cold became almost a dreamy sound by the end of it, and it was very mysterious in a warm way. And I did like the development of it. So don't let my critique take away from the work that is here. I do think that it was a good track. Track 9, I Miss You. I really like all of the different layers to this. I really was curious where this was gonna go, because she's very misleading with the arrangement, but this was not what I was expecting. I really like that main sound that's melodic, not the percussion. I think it adds a really nice quality to this being a percussion-focused beat. Nice little beat break. And I like that the background's clearer here now. I didn't know how I was gonna feel about that at first, but that was fantastic. I love how many layers of percussion there were in there. That was amazing. Wow. I have nothing to say. That was a really fantastic track. I had little complaints in the beginning, but they are gone by the end. I think that was super unique. The very minimalist chords in the background were perfect for that. It added just enough to be a super unique vibe and texture, and the percussion was still able to shine through with that. And by the end, there were so many layers of percussion that you could have taken away everything else and it still would have been a banger. I really like how that came together, and I think that was a fantastic ending. And I like the little beat break halfway through too. It was nice for each little sound to get a moment to shine there, and for the background sounds to be clearer as well. Really great track. That is one of my favorites so far for sure. I definitely will be listening to that track again. Wow. Track 10, Cover Me.
While I crawl into the unknown, cover me. I'm going hunting for mystery. Cover cover me. At words are
All right, an interesting track to say the least. I have nothing against that one. I think it was really pretty, and then of course Björk has to put her style onto it and have a little bit of dissonance, a little bit of uncomfortableness. I think that was a good track. I don't think that's something I would re-listen to, and I think the sequencing makes it a little difficult to jump right into. The previous track ended on such a high energy that I do think it was a little bit of a jump down. Perhaps on re-listens I'll enjoy it more. I don't think anything was wrong with that track though. I think it was beautiful where it was meant to be beautiful, and that is that. And without further ado, the final track, track 11, Headphones.
Genius to fall asleep to your tape last night. So sounds go through the muscles.
I really like that low note being held out. Where is this gonna go?
Start of a cells that haven't been touched before. They saved my life. Your tale, it lulled me to sleep, to sleep, to sleep. Nothing will be the same.
When that low note comes in, it just really changes everything. It's amazing how she keeps time so well on these interesting rhythmic sections. Because I'm not even sure it's a time signature thing. I think it's just the way that each rhythm is. There's moments where they feel aligned and then they become a little less aligned. I love it. Every time I love it. What an interesting closer. I'm just thinking about Debut, and Debut also ended on a calmer note, but this is just so different from that. I don't know how I feel about that one. I really have nothing to say. I enjoyed that track a lot, and I think that I could find a lot of replay value in that one, more than some of the other tracks that I didn't know how I felt about. And I have no negative feelings towards it. That's why I just feel so interesting. I don't know how I feel about it, but there's no negative feelings. I can't tell if that is just a masterpiece and the best track on this album so far, or if the mood is just the most well-developed. It was a really nice mix of ambient and rhythmic. It was a lot more complicated than the simplistic sound that it had. Really interesting. That one really left me speechless. That was Post, the second Björk album we've reacted to on this channel, and a phenomenal album. Really artistic, really just clear vision. It's amazing that these songs are all over the place from different bands she's done, because it does sound cohesive enough that you could have told me this was made for this album and I'd believe you. I really enjoyed the introduction of more electronic elements on this. I think that I'm excited to see where she goes with that that kind of style. Really impressive what a range there is in this album. We have almost like old New York Broadway style jazz, bright instrumental, bright instrumentation, really full orchestral sounds. And then we have these really sparse, very intense moment packed tracks that just, the contrast is insane. The overall rhythm on this album was wonderful. I really enjoyed I want to say I Miss You was the track. I really enjoyed how much the rhythm was able to shine on that, but I also was able to appreciate that the punchiness of the drums were really held off for most of this album. I think it was very effective, and I really like to just hear what was experimental, especially back then. This was such a different album from debut, and when I heard that they were both compilation albums, I was expecting this to be debut part 2, and I'm really happy that that wasn't the case. I am just impressed with this. I think this was definitely a album I enjoyed more. I think I'll re-listen to this one a lot. I really haven't re-listened to debut. I've re-listened to a couple tracks here and there. I just haven't been interested in it. And this, I think I will definitely listen to a lot more. Hyperballad. I still can't get over that track. That was my favorite track so far. And I was hoping that the album would have more of that vibe, but I'm glad that there's a nice diversity and certain elements were consistent. That's the song I'm really looking to be out by Björk on these next listens. It's Oh So Quiet, also a contender for one of my favorite tracks. I think there were some cleaner performances from Björk as well. Not that I don't like her style, I think it's very unique, but it definitely does take a toll listening to that many Björk songs. Her style is very intense, and I appreciated that we got some vulnerability on this album. It feels like we got calm Björk in the sweet side of Björk's vocal abilities on a couple of these tracks. That was new. That was really enjoyable. And I'm amazed at how many tracks reminded me of things I listened to today. So we could say she was very ahead of her time, I believe. And I'm really looking forward to the next album in Björk's discography. And if you're also looking forward to those reactions, I'm super excited to have you on this journey. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss future Björk reactions or other reactions to your favorite artists. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and comment. Let me know what to listen to next. I listened to a lot of these albums because of your recommendations. I would never have gone out of my way to hear Björk before, and I really enjoyed that. So please drop recommendations. I can't get to everything, but I would love to. Regardless of if I get to you, I love the interactions. If you are interested in the full playback of these songs and the full reaction, I can only post so much on YouTube, so find those linked in the description or my bio. Go to my Patreon. I also am starting to put my unreleased music there. It is the best music I've made. I really have not released enough music recently. I started this channel as a way to put people onto my music, and I personally feel like I've failed at keeping up with music. I think that this channel has totally overtaken my creative direction, so I'm really trying to find balance. If you are okay waiting for the new music, then please go check out what's already out. I have 3 singles for my upcoming album that are on streaming services. You can find them again linked in my bio, where you can listen on your preferred streaming service. Thank you for watching this video. If you're still here, you are a trooper, and I see you and I appreciate you. Take care. I'll see you next time.